Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, that music means Jim George is around. Almost sounds like sugar. Sounds sweet. Doesn't it sound like a sweet song right there? Jim is here to talk to us about technology and cable TV and the things that are important to us as far as entertainment in our homes, cars, and phones. And if you have a question for Jim about any of that stuff, give him a call right now while he's on the air and ask him. The number is 622-9622. Jim, of course, is the owner of American Cable Services, and he's been doing that for a very long time. He knows a few things about electronics.
Yes.
I just like your song.
He's
Go
an
on.
expert.
Come on, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. So I'll make one quick announcement. I closed American Cable Services.
Oh, you did?
And opened up another company called ACS Group, because I do high voltage, I do low voltage, I do tower work. There's too many different segments to my company.
What is it?
So now it's ACS Group. It stands for American Cable Service Group.
ACS Group. Okay.
ACS
Gotcha.
Group.
Okay. So
you won't find it in the phone book yet, 'cause I just closed it down 2 days ago, the old one, and I opened the new one up about 10 days ago. So
we don't have phone books, do we? Do we still have phone books?
Well, you can find it like yellow online, you know.
Well, would you still have the same
Same numbers, same
website?
everything, same address, same website until I can change, the contents of the website. But anyway, everybody still says American Cable. I still wear American Cable shirts. It's going to probably the first of the year before the ACS Group shirts come out.
So what other things, like is it all the other technology that we normally talk about on this show?
Yeah, so I do phone. You know, I have a phone repair service, and for lack of a better term.
Oh, really?
People call me up and say, can you, companies call me to have the demarcation moved. You know, the phone company will bring their cable into your building and they'll put it at one point. That's that they call the demarcation, the demarc.
Oh, okay.
And then you might call and say, it's too far away from where I need it. Can you move it? So I move phone lines.
Okay.
I add phone lines. I offer phone service. Then I do, cable TV, as we've talked about all the time. And then now I have my IPTV system, and I repair cable systems, and I do fiber to the home. So I have too many facets. So the people that I'm going to hire going forward are going to be, let's say, experts in their own little division. Hopefully they'll learn other divisions, and therefore it's a group. So it's ACS Group.
Nice. I love that.
There was one thing that is recommended. It's one of the 23 high-tech things that you might want to get for a gift for somebody this year. Mm-hmm. And I believe it was improving. Let me see if I can find it here. Transforms your smartphone into a safe driving display. Not that one. A drone that fits in your pocket. Not that one.
Wow, that's going to hurt.
Oh, here it is. Super Boost Wi-Fi. Imagine getting home after an 8-hour shift, and you've been looking forward to your favorite time of the day, post-work bathroom break in the comforts of your home. Just you, your phone, and the internet. Nothing is more annoying when you're finally comfortable on your porcelain throne and the Wi-Fi doesn't quite reach your upstairs bathroom. So they have something called the Super Wi-Fi Booster. Have you ever heard of this?
Well, you can buy a booster today. It's called an extender, a Wi-Fi extender. Everybody sells them. I'm sure even Sears sells them. Walmart sells them. It's just a Wi-Fi extender. So you go to an area of your house where if you have a laptop, for instance, where you see you have more than 2 bars, let's say. You have, let's say, 5 bars when you're close.
Right.
As you walk away, it goes 4 bars, 3 bars. If you have at least 2 bars, you put the extender there and just plug it in. It receives the one from the one unit and amplifies it and retransmits it. And
That's
they're like
a good idea.
$35.
Mm-hmm.
They're very cheap.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
But you wouldn't want a super extender only because the neighborhood would see your link.
So why don't we use whatever we use in the car for the house? It always works in the car.
Okay, you're speaking about Bluetooth to the phone and then to the radio and then the radio out to the internet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean,
that's usually cell phone service. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
the
okay.
car
So
is
you're
cell
using
phones.
your what do you call that? Digital time, whatever. What do you call that, Robin? When you're not using Wi-Fi?
Oh, real time.
No.
I don't know. When you're not using
Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth.
Yeah. What is? No, it's not called Bluetooth.
Well, your airtime. Is that what you're speaking about? You have airtime that you pay
I don't
for.
remember. It's always on our Verizon thing. It's, oh my gosh, it's an easy thing to remember.
Do we have one of those?
Yeah, I think you and I got unlimited. Oh, data. It's called data.
Oh, okay.
You're using
You're using your data.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, there it is.
So how come we don't use data at the house? How come we always data seems to work in the car? Why does
people who don't have enough or haven't paid for enough data for their phone can use their Wi-Fi as the data entry, as compared to using the cell phone as the data entry. In other words, you switch your phone over to a Wi-Fi receiver.
So why don't we just, because you pay a lot for both, so why don't we just maybe raise the price of data and get rid of Wi-Fi? Would that help?
If you wanted, so your phone can act as a receiver, and you can watch TV, as you know, through your phone. You knew that, correct?
I do this.
Okay.
Well, not TV.
So you
but
can sling it.
YouTube.
Well, you can sling it to your TV.
Oh, I have done this. Yes.
All right.
I have done that. Yes.
So you can, but there again, that data plan would be really expensive as compared to Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But now 5G is coming out. And
help
5G
us understand
is
that.
It's just going to be a bigger pipe, for lack of a better term, and it's just a bigger pipe. So you'll be able to do multiple things. You'll be able to actually be on the phone talking to someone, be downloading a movie, slinging it to the TV, watching the TV.
Doing everything, huh?
Yeah, yes, and downloading a recipe for turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I need a bigger screen.
You need a bigger oven.
I can't do that.
That's what I thought you were saying. Bigger oven.
No, I need a bigger screen.
You know,
to
the
do
one
all that.
that's one area that I don't understand. We don't need technology in an oven. I hate that digital oven.
Yeah.
Why can't we just turn the knob to 350 and let it warm up?
There you go.
There you go.
Do you have the same annoying? Is that?
Well, no, mine's fairly simple, but it's just like that. It's a digital display or LED display, but I just hit on, bake, let's say, and then 350. I just go up arrow, down arrow till I reach 350. It starts off at 300.
So, I have a question for you. I do not have this problem anymore. I don't know what caused it, and I don't know what caused it to end. But here was the problem. For some reason, roaches were getting into the electronics of my oven. Mm-hmm. They were in there. They were living. They liked it there, and I did everything I could to get rid of them, and they ruined it. So
Yes,
I had to have the whole unit replaced, not the oven, but the piece, the electronic had to be the board.
Yeah, roach poop.
Why does a roach like electronics?
It's the humming for one thing. The vibration.
Oh, they like the
love
song?
vibration.
Really?
Oh, they love vibration. Anything that vibrates. I had one of my workers. We went one place, and there was a demolition going on. And when they were tearing the house apart, he found a little portable speaker, and he goes, "Oh, I would like that because it's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth extender. You can,
Right.
You put it in the back of my car. I was infested.
You were?
Roaches came everywhere.
Oh my
I said,
gosh.
never turn that thing on. Get that out of here.
Wow.
I love the
wow.
vibration. They love
wow.
vibration.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you have a phone call?
Yeah, all right.
And put your headset on. You'll be able to hear the caller.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. But you're talking about the roach problem and how they like vibration and all that. How is it they have electrical devices that you can plug in that supposedly drive critters and pests away?
That's a frequency. It emits a frequency.
Okay.
No, it's a non-audible frequency to us, but it's an annoying frequency, which is also a vibration. Air. You move air, it vibrates.
Yeah.
But it's an annoying one for them.
Now
it's
I
like
have
your
a
neighbors.
question I originally called on is my wife has her iPad and she has a smartphone. Now it's not, a smartphone is different than Apple product. Now this thing says you can use your phone as long as you're in a hotspot or a Wi-Fi area that we have. Now the deal is that you don't have to pay for anything as long as it stays within the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Now, can you make phone calls on the Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting. Well, not that I do it or ever done it, but what if you go into one of these fast food stores that have facilities for Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you'll find that a lot of homeless people, because they can't afford a data plan or a phone plan, will get an inexpensive phone. It's sometimes actually given to them free. And it only works when you're in an area that has Wi-Fi. So they have to be like at McDonald's that has Wi-Fi. They get on the Wi-Fi, then they make their phone call.
Wow. I don't know. I liked it better when you had a phone booth on the corner and you'd put your dime in or a nickel, and but those days are long gone.
Long gone.
So before they got rid of phone booths, I was up to a quarter just to make a call. I always had to have about a pound of quarters in my pocket. Because you call, you had a radio that we used, but they always wanted a landline.
Yes.
So you had to have a lot of quarters with you. That was before I retired.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you
No, you're
for
welcome.
your information, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And everybody stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, WOCA, for the program.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow.
Thank you, Sonny. Yeah, I remember the phone booths.
They had their pros and their cons.
Yeah.
We had, can I tell you a way we kind of ripped off the phone company? When I first moved here, so I was 17, so I was, the statute of limitations
Right.
is passed, okay?
Right.
So I had a friend in New York, and it was expensive to call long distance.
Right.
So I would go to a phone booth in Denellen and call him at a designated time on a phone booth in New York. And you just pay for the first 3 minutes, and then it would come on after a while and say, please insert another after you won, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So, and then we would just both hang up the phone, and we could hear it ringing as we walked away from it.
Oh,
hello,
gosh.
hello, hello. Yeah, so we ripped off the phone company.
Oh my.
Yeah, so now Robin's disappointed in me. See, I just ruined my reputation with Robin.
The stains of
She's
youth.
looking at me.
The stains of youth.
I've confessed to Robin that when I was younger, I went to peep shows.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to her that I did that.
Yeah.
But the fact that I ripped off the phone company, I just got the look.
Yeah.
Oh, the look.
Can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Can't believe 17 years old, you didn't have enough money to...
But we used to all call home, let it ring 2 times, and hang
Yeah,
up.
remember that? That's another
Yeah,
way. Yeah,
that would
yeah.
let us
Yeah.
let our parents know that we got to where we were supposed to be.
Or you would make a collect call home and say your name.
Yeah.
Say, is Jim there? And they'll say, no, he's not. And then they hang up and they know that you're
Yep.
safe.
Yep.
So tell me what else your new umbrella name. Are you going to...
Well, Alico will be part of it. Alico is my new IPTV system.
Okay.
And Alico is Ocala spelled backwards.
Okay. Okay, that's
So
cool.
it's almost ready. One of my engineers went back to Chile. He left last Sunday, and the other one got back to Miami, but he got caught the flu. So I spoke to him yesterday. He can barely talk, but he's getting better. Now, he'll be back this Tuesday. So we're hoping to launch here. By the end of November, we will be up and running. By the end
wonderful.
of December, we'll be ready to launch.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how super
Nice.
is that?
And is that for everybody? And then
Right now, it's going to be on a beta test only. Let's say 50 people, even though we have 500 of the boxes. And if everything works out good, the background color, the ease of operation, the change the channels, and then we'll launch. Then we'll just open it up. But right now, it's for planned unit developments like On Top of the World, Ocala Palms, because they're a closed entity and we know what kind of equipment they have. So we can test our product on a known equipment. And then Mr. Smith, Mrs. Jones, they can get it, and we'll ask them, do you have this or that? And if they do, then the box will work perfect. But some TVs, some networks are just not as good as other networks. So we have to test it on networks that we know work well.
And will you be testing it on the Ocala Utilities Network? Because there's a
We
lot
will.
of people
In January, we'll be approaching them again. They've asked for it, so has Gainesville.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
since they have a fiber-to-the-home system, we're going to launch at first only on their fiber-to-the-home system. Even though they offer internet that's not fiber-to-the-home, we want to launch on the fiber-to-the-home system first. Because there again, it's a known path. It's a known way of operation. And then we know everything works fine. Then if we go off that grid and go to just someone who has just internet, whether it's through CenturyLink or whoever, And if it should work. But if it doesn't, then we know that we have to make changes in the box.
Oh, how fun.
I
This is going to be
I want
such
to
fun.
share with you and the listeners an interview I was listening to on a podcast that I subscribed to. It's a free subscription. Anyway, it was an interview with a Danish woman from Denmark up in New York, and she was talking about the Danish community in that city and how a lot of them were Jews, or are Jews, and they came over here during World War II. And it was, of course, to escape Hitler. And how the Danish people helped the Jewish people who lived there get out of the country so that they wouldn't be rounded up and killed. Mm-hmm. Well, while there were some that stayed in New York or in America, most of them went back. And here's the thing that has to do with your show. They went back to their homes. How long did the war take? 3 years, I guess? So they were gone for 3 years, right? They came back. Their neighbors were so good. They took care of their homes, so their homes were still in perfect condition. They took care of their pets. If they had a dog or a cat and it was alive, it was still alive when they got home. And here's what it has to do with you. They even took care of the fish tank. All right.
Oh, wow.
All right. So what does that have to do with you? Because the lady said, now, if it was today's day and age, we could have checked on the fish tank with our phones. But back then, you had to do it in person. And I'm thinking, you can take care of your fish tank with your phone? Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
Well, they may have had a camera in their house. You never know what they mean by that.
Yeah.
Because if you have camera system in your house, you can, and it's pointed in a certain direction, then you can look at that camera. If it's a pan, tilt, zoom camera, then you can pan it left and right. You can zoom in or zoom out. You can tilt it up or down and see what's going on in your house. Many people who live on the beach have those, even when they're up north in the wintertime and such.
Oh, really?
Because they want to see if there's some vagrant sleeping on their porch or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or people break in. If they break in,
Yeah.
you know, the cameras are disguised as clocks. They're disguised as bookends. There's a camera in there.
Is that right?
Oh, wow.
And you put one in every room.
Did you hear that the first artificial intelligence robot was granted a visa, a travel visa?
I think I did hear that on this show.
Well, we don't make it up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell you where we get it from.
That's right.
But wasn't it an amazing story, though, from Denmark, that those people were so kind to their neighbors that they helped them get out of town, and they thought, what are we going to come back to? And they came back to the home they left.
Yeah.
Even the animals they had. That's amazing to me.
It is amazing. Yeah.
See?
You don't find that much even today. Mm-hmm. Even today. I just fetch for yourself type thing, you know.
I mean, you might have given up. After 3 years, you might have said, they're never coming back.
They're never coming
Right?
back.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to eat those fish. Sushi.
Oh, and you have all those electronic gadgets, and you put your code into the door to get into your house. Can you put more than one code in for each person in
Yes.
your family?
Even like in our building, we have an alarm system. And so everybody who enters has their own code.
Oh.
And then what it does, if it's after hours, let's say it's from 6 at night to 6 in the morning, it will text everybody and say, Fred just entered the building, or Bob just entered the building. So we know.
Oh,
and then
gosh.
then we have two options. We could call up Bob and say, Bob, are you in the building?
So, no, this is Fred.
Or we can go online, look at the cameras, and see that Bob's in the building. Because we have cameras in every room.
They have
my
they have a
gosh.
camera here.
Yeah.
Joe and Dan have a camera out there, and I think it works when it detects motion. I think. So
It could be.
So when I come in the morning, they know. Oh, Larry's home. Larry's home.
That's a big motion. The tidal wave.
And do they have those kind of things on windows also, like sliding glass doors and things like that, where you have separate entrances?
Well, you can have a contact that will set off the alarm, turn the camera on. It could be silent. It's when you open the door, whether you do a sliding glass door or a swing door, it will close the contact. The contact will transmit, and the camera will turn on.
Oh, so you don't really need those alarm systems anymore if you have those.
Well, it is an
to
alarm
get into
system.
the
All
house.
you've done is asked it to be silent. In other words, send out, but don't make a noise. That way the person's still in the house. They haven't ran away. Now, if it's at night and you're in the home, then you want it to make noise. So when they open the door up, it sets the alarm off and they run away. You don't want them poking around the house while you're in it.
No,
Yeah.
So I want to ask you something about your work with the city. Will it affect Light Up Ocala? Light Up Ocala is 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it won't affect it. You mean as far as my internet?
All the new stuff you put in down there, does that...
No, it's across the street. And that's for the ad litem, the Guardian ad litem, and for the tourism building. You see it's on the wall now. As you drive by, it says Guardian ad litem tourism.
When you hear the word ad litem, don't you think of that song, Elvira? Ad litem. Doesn't sound like that song.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
Are you going to Light Up Ocala?
I am. That's why I asked the date. I like it.
You going to hang out with us, or do you have your own booth?
I'm not going to have a booth, so I'll hang out with you.
Hang out with us.
I'll hang.
Yeah, usually we have candy canes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
Stuff to give
do you like
away.
candy canes?
I tell you, the Light Up Ocala, for those that haven't seen it, maybe there's new people listening, driving, it's a real treat.
It really is.
It's a chapter out of your life if you miss it.
It's one of those things I think the city does it right.
They do.
I think it inspired and influenced many other cities, by the way. So I think so.
So have they given the announcement yet what's going to be downtown during the holidays? Are we going to have the ice skating rink?
Robin has that, and she's getting it right now, so she knows that information.
So pretty soon you'll have to get that list together, right? And announce it.
What list?
Of what's going to be downtown.
Oh, Robin's done that already.
All right.
Yeah, Robin puts it on Facebook all the time.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
I don't do Facebook. I don't have.
You don't do social media?
I don't do social media whatsoever.
Well, we've got the Let's Skate Ocala synthetic ice rink. It's going to be at Tuscaloosa Park, and it's going to be from Light Up Ocala through December 31st. It'll be open Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And during Light Up Ocala, there's going to be a shuttle at Marion Technical Institute. So if you want to park your car at Marion Technical Institute, they will shuttle you downtown to Light Up Ocala.
Because that car park thing's going to be full.
Yeah, exactly. And then also there will be another shuttle at Tuscaloosa Park. So you can park your car at Tuscaloosa Park and do that. Whoville featuring the Grinch is going to be there. It's going to be located at the Marion Theater parking lot. They're going to have complimentary photos with the Grinch and the Who's of Whoville. The Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade is going to start at 4:30. It's going to start at South Magnolia Avenue and East Fort King Street and go to the square and go around the block there. There's going to be dance studios, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, and Santa Claus, and there will be a marching band. Stage 1 on the downtown square at Southeast Broadway and Magnolia. They'll have entertainment there. They'll have entertainment at Citizen Circle and entertainment at the Entertainment Zone, which is at the corner of Northeast 1st Street and Northeast 1st Avenue. And but that entertainment has not been released yet. There's going to be dancing, there's going to be food, there's going to be craft vendors, and then the tree lighting will start at approximately 6:30 p.m.
Wow.
So they're going to start it early this year.
That's great.
So all the lights will be on.
That's wonderful.
There you go. And you have a phone call, Jim.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Sonny again. You were talking about the Danish people. They still like their form of government, which I think is kind of, on our point of view, is kind of oppressive. They pay a 50% tax. Now, I'm assuming that's income tax, but that's what I was told. And, I actually read about it. And they're very happy paying that tax because the government provides them with so much freebies. Not freebies, but provides them with so many different things. And it's one of the few countries that actually enjoys paying taxes almost because of what they get. So the only thing I can come up with, it must be an honest government. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you want to say something, Joe? You just walked in?
I just stopped in. I heard about your telephones cheating.
I thought you came into the
I was 17.
Oh, no. My story was I was on my way to Vietnam and I was in Hawaii. And all my quarters lined up and everything. And I was calling my girlfriend back up in Connecticut, and says X amount of dollars, I put it in, and we talked. She says, hang on one moment, and as if I needed any more money. She says, no, you're all right. And I heard a blip, blip, and all the money came back to me. She hit because she heard I was going back to Vietnam. And she hit it, and all the change came back.
Look at you. All right.
Isn't that
nice.
wonderful?
Yeah.
That's great.
See, Robin, they like giving away money.
That was one of them. The other one was when I was a kid, we used to drive on the highways and stop at the rest stops. And my thing was back then they had, remember, Jim, all the telephone booths they used to line up? I mean, there'd be 20 of them in a row. And I used to go to my fingers, ding, 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 and see if I can get a coin here or there. And one time, whoever it was, some person left all his change sitting right there. He must have got mad, just walked out, and it was, I don't know, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 worth of change. I walked back, I took my shirt and picked it up and filled it in and said, hey, Dad, look what I found. There's no one around. No one was near the phone booths or anything.
Yes, that's fine.
Boy, did I get extra ice cream that day.
I bet you did.
Jim, what is your phone number? How do we get a hold of you?
Sure. So the local number is 854-9795.
All right. Well, good luck with your new venture and everything, and keep us up to date.
I will.
We'll see you next week. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. 5 children were injured in a crash at a Tampa school bus stop yesterday. One of the children is in critical condition. 3 of the children are 6 years old. The other children are 9 and 12. A state Senate candidate says he has filed a formal complaint with the state against his Democrat opponent because she used her University of Florida health email address for campaign purposes. A 40-year-old Lakeland man killed his wife and himself as his children